What's up, y'all? How you doing? Welcome to See Stu Do. I am Stu. I am just the camera. I wish this leaned back a little more and catches the colors. Hit that right. Let me try switching those up. Hits the light a little better. Yeah. Right? That's a little bent. Shit gets beat up on my desk. Anyway, how y'all doing? Checking it out because you're a lock sporter and you're here to catch the final draw and the consolation prizes. Then let's get that out of the way. What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother? I got my nap in. Unfortunately, I was napping while Dead was live. I only caught the tail end of him, so we got to do a quick draw. We got Blast and Bypass and Rock Out are the last two entrants for the Southern Pocket Dump. And then we've got to do the consolation draws. So, Blast is heads, Rock Out is tails. Heads is the big head, tails is the little head. So, let's just shake it up before I even spring it. What's up, Rock Out? Oh, Rock Out. We're about to draw. We're about to flip. You are the little cat. Blast is the big cat. Alright, I don't know what it looks like before I flip it. I'm going to try to let it land right here. If it lands off screen, I'll flip it again. Alright. Oh, you can see it. You can see it. That's the little one. That means Rock Out won. Oh my goodness. My brother. I get to send you some stuff. So, sorry, Blast and Bypass. Oh no. You lose. And he's not eligible for a consolation prize. We got to roll those real quick, too. So, first consolation prize, where is it? It is a nice, tiny little Master Lock 131. Yeah, you get to play with that. So, we got 9 people that get bounced out in the first round. Let's grab this 10-sider. And we're going to pick one to win. This is not elimination. This is winner wins. Number 3. You guys can see that, right? Who's number 3? Stealth. Oh, that's awesome. It's going to go into a package already going to him. So, Stealth is the winner. Congrats there, brother. Of course, I'll try to find some other stuff to throw in on that. All right. Second consolation round, we got 4 people. Inferno, Llama, Cloud, and Nickvit. Roll the 4-sided die. I'm going to see who wins that round. Kabam! Number 4, Nickvit. That's cool. He's a good guy. I haven't sent him anything yet, so that makes me happy. Gotta get a hold of him and hook it up. All right, and then in the last round, it was me. Of course, if I won, it was just to run it back. I don't actually win. So me versus Lenny kind of means if I win, I'm going to donate to Lenny. So Lenny just wins. Oh, sorry. The second round, you're going to get this Glyphon brass padlock. And then Lenny is going to get this nice green American 1100. So that's the consolation rounds. All right. Yes, dice provided by Grouchy Lenny. So I like to use these. And this is my 2-sided dice, so I keep these all together for determining wins and things like that. What's up, Davlavi? How you doing? Dean Tark. Ooh, there's another Dean. I'm boring? Good. Move on. Thanks for playing. Yeah, Stealth's got some. Actually, we're part of what we're doing here too. My channel supports Mint Made Lock Sport, which is at Mint Made Lock Sport. It's a channel. It's a group. We support vets veterans who are into lock sport. We try to bring more into lock sport. We are currently gathering some stuff for a couple of our vets. We have, I'm trying to move my cord here. I've got Vector Potential, Stealth Rogue Lock Sport, and actually Matt's Lock right there are some of my newest vets that I've got to gather some stuff for. So you want to throw us a super chat, put some money towards us. It's going to go towards some vets, getting them some picks, some locks. You want to sub me out, that'd be great. If you want to member my channel, I don't really do membership shit, but any of that money also moves over to Mid-Made Lock Sport to support my vets. So, all right, let's get to raking some locks, playing with some locks. We'll play with some handcuffs. We'll go with the easiest lock that's ever been made. If you ever want to get into lock sport, you just get one of these. You can get them in green or purple, and fucking whatever you stick in this goddamn thing opens it. So we'll give you a little show. This one's actually, it's a dead core, dead shackle. It means there's no spring. There's no spring on the pop. There's no spring on the core. So it doesn't go back into place. You got to reset it. So there you go. Ooh. I don't know if you can see it. An elbow surgery thing that's not healing well. So I have to be very careful about having something to position my arm on to be able to do that. World of Life Church. Yeah, how was your day? Was every day is a little weird, good and bad. Life's like that. So now we're gonna get in here with this sweet little multi-pick profile. Just, oh, it's open. I was like, we're just gonna rock back and no, it's already open. That's how easy these stupid things are to get. I'll do that again real quick. And that was from, oh yeah, that was from, this is top of the keyway, if you guys don't know. So keyway goes in, the bottom part of the key is right there, top of the key is right there. So this is top of the keyway tension, bottom of the keyway tension. Top of the keyway tension looks like this. Just generally not your preferred tension for raking, but you do have to get to learn it. Oop. See, it didn't pop immediately that time. All right, and that's why you normally don't do top of the keyway, because when you pull back, it pulls your turning bar out of your damn lock. And that's why you like to do it from that side. Now, if you're raking, I especially recommend, especially once you find like a sweet spot on a lock, or you spend a couple seconds, you got it open. You just want to go over and over on that same lock. You'll find it's not as easy, and then it's easier, but eventually you'll kind of hit that spot, find that spot, be able to kind of get there most times. But you'll know why you didn't, and reset and go after it again. Keep getting better, keep practicing. That's the kind of thing you get going after. Yeah, I've never been able to pick from the bottom very well. Bottom of the keyway tension for picking sucks for me. I spend a lot of time trying still. All right, we're going to go with some other locks. I'm going to look for some other... Let's see if I can make this turner work. It's a tiny little pocket system turner. Get it in there. Ooh, an easy lock. All right, let's try it from the bottom of the keyway. not the best fit. Yeah, that's not the best work. Alright, let's get a real turner. Well, not real turner, but one that fits better for the situation. Alright, well, I'll just go in there and pick it. Great little lock. Chateau. Laminated 44 millimeter. 6-pin, actually. It's a fun pick. Fun rank. If you get it right, it just opens like butter. So when you don't hit it perfect, you know you didn't hit it perfect, and you feel like you failed. Comfort lock, you know. Ooh. Comfort lock that shit. Come on. Open up, you stupid mother effer. Oh, there we go. It's all about tension. A slight little adjustment in tension. Normally I gotta lighten it up, but on this one I had to actually add a little bit. Oh, Matt, you had a lockout today for a house door? Commercial door? Car? Ooh, would Peter bend? Oh, Peter, man. Oh, Peter. I have... like... You can see the bends on that, right? I bend the snot out of every pick. Which is why I have found having a nice little... This little dime Gerber multi-tool, which I got from Southern Specialties, is great. Because if I have to do a little bit of pick tip adjustment, I do it with this. I try to not tweak it too much, because back and forth, you're going to weaken it. And I'll work with a little bit of the skew as much as I can, so I don't get too crazy with it. But once you start bending it, yeah, you want to start looking at replacing it. All right, so here's a Master Lock 141. It's an aluminum body with a plastic case. That's what it looks like without the case. So this is the first lock I ever bought for Lock Sport right here. And it's starting to get pretty tore up on the inside. I'm going to use a Southern Specialties paddle handle turner. See if I can get in this stupid thing. It used to be like clockwork, but I don't play with it that much. And nice little pop. Back in there and do that again, right? Like I said, you don't just want to pop it once, put it down. You want to play with it and practice. Because I would have put it down and thought, man, I mastered this. And then now, look, I can't open it. There, that's the key. Since we're talking raking, let's go back to, it's very easy to break a rake. Yeah, and I'll actually address that in a couple different ways. But your basic form of raking is to take something like this, and you're gonna sawzall it back and forth. While you're gonna start out with kind of a light tension and just have a bit of an increase to it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you guys are lock pickers, that whole bounce the raking shit, fuck that. It's stupid. It teaches you the very beginning concept, but once you do that, stop doing that. I haven't done that since very early on, and that's why I'm getting better at raking. So with this, I'm just gonna give it that. A little bit of increase on tension. If I have to let it back off, I'll let it back off. And then I will hit the perfect point where it catches, and it'll pop open. So let's try it on this crusty, beat up thing. And that's the other thing you find is, you pick up a different lock. It might be a lot harder, it might be a lot easier. Once they're weathered, it turns into a little bit of a different beast. Oop, this one doesn't want to do it. So I get a little bit of a grindy, crunchy on that and not get it. Let me switch my tension. There we go. Let's get after this bush. Oh, it doesn't want to go. I haven't done this one in a while. Alright. We're going to bring out some big guns. I'll attempt to get this. A little more specialty rigs. Stupid 141 wants to defeat me. I'll scrap. We'll put that to the side. We'll play with some other locks. We'll come back to it. I think it's boring watching me play with one lock for too long. Unless you like watching me fail. But then you like watching me fail, on 5 locks. So it's win-win for everybody. Again, I don't know if this is the best profile for this. But I'm going to try. Oh, man. I want it to work so bad. Oh, there we go. Got enough in the position, a little bit of jiggle on the bottom. Got it to go. Again, this is a dead shackle, dead core lock. No spring on the shackle, no spring on the core. So it's a little bit of a different beast when you're picking and breaking it. I personally like them. They're just really fun to play with. Alright, if you guys don't mind, I gotta do one of those. Alright, let me get my arm position there. Let's try a little guard security lock, brass. Pretty much all padlocks tonight. Just feels like fun go. See? That rapid agitation back and forth with the light tension with a little bit of an increase or decrease on tension control. You meet those two things together, woof, it opens up. You've got an open padlock. Nice little Chinesium 45mm Dollar General lock. And that's what those are worth. Don't buy your locks at Dollar General, people. It's just not a good look. Too early for beer? GP, I'll drink one for you. I'm a good guy like that, man. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Ooh, Coast. You're a Budweiser drinker? Oof. Let me go in and tension the other way. A little toe smart lock. These aren't designed to protect your trailer. They're designed to hold the trailer to, in place while you're driving. That's all the lock is. So it's funny when we beat these locks, but it is important that people who own stuff don't think that these are going to protect their things, because that's not their design. A trailer coupler is not there to protect your trailer. It's there to hold it in place as you're driving down the road. All right, there's some master locks. Oop, make sure it's locked up. I ain't trying to cheat. Coast chilling. I'm not an IPA guy. I don't like too dark a stout, or like I liked sampling all those things along my way, and I can sit down and drink a beer flight, of sampling a bunch of different stuff. But generally, I'm sitting down. I want to drink a Belgian white, watery, cheap American beer. That's kind of where I'm at beer wise. And there is Master Lock 3 popped. Let's go with I think the 530. It's a fun lock. This is another one of those ones that had weather coating. Once you peel off the weather coating, if you just strip these bars off, you can start stripping the plates off and you can pop the lock out. So that's how great a design that is. There we go. This is one of those ones that should be a quick pop. Like that. Got a nice little shackle pop. Nice little weight in the hand. It's a fun pop. And then it's one of those things, if I'm hitting it really well, I want to grab a different pick or a different rake and see what it takes to make something else make it work. And that is a twisty flex. So you got a non-laminated handle with the flex and a twist. So instead of picking it like this, you're picking it like this or raking it like that. Available at Southern Specialties, lockpicktools.com. Very good company. They're a sponsor of Mitten Made, our Block Sport group for vets, and our Shackle and Cuff Club has a pick set for cuffs available on their website. There we go. So, like I said, when I'm doing this and practicing, I just like to pick up all my rakes and see what it takes to make each individual rake work on a lock when I found the spot. That took 2 stabs off of that. That is a multi-pick rake called, that's the Monmouth, the PN76 from the Elite series. There we go. Go a little slower on the stroke. Then I can make sure I hit the spot. I can set it, then hit it. Master Locks rank, they're pretty shitty. They've ruined the locks worldwide. I mean, they really have. They're kind of an embarrassment. Although, Brinks ain't much better, in all honesty. They've got more security pins, I think, in a lot of their locks, and they're still about the same to beat. Wrong pick for that, so that's a nice big beefy 60mm. Easy little pop. Let's go with another master lock. And there we go. So I'm confused. This should be a quick pop. So when it's not immediate, I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. hit? The thing about when you're doing it this way, if you're paying attention, it'll help you realize, you know, kind of if it's high back, high front, high middle, things like that. So when you're trying to hit it with other stuff, you'll feel where it's at a little bit better. Should have been it. There we go. I like to lock them right, but well, generally lock them back up so I can get going after them again. Avis are pretty good. Here's an Avis 7240. It's a nice green belt lock. 6 pins. Do I have a turner I can fit with this? And yeah, they're a little harder to rake. This particular lock's like a green belt. You gotta set that front pin. And everything else is spools. And then you can open that bad boy up. But yeah, I really like this lock. If you're buying a lock for a shed or something like that, get like an Avis 7240 or an American 1100. Something. Lock pickers have to like actually kind of learn to pick a lock to pick those locks. So, and they're harder to rake. They're not just easy little zippy rocky things. So, Amir, how you doing, man? What's going on? GP. Rockout is there. Lonnie Hill. What's up? Coast, Cass. Anybody else I'm missing? Clinton Collis, what's up? Sorry, I'm scrolling back. A name I can't pronounce. How you doing? Michael, what's up? All right, yeah, we're just here chilling. Hey, if you want to throw a super chat in, you know, some money at me, you know, I don't really shake people down too much, but it's gonna go to one of my vets in Mitten Maid. Get some lock picks. Get some locks. If you want to member up on the channel, money from there goes to the same thing. So, oop, shit, I'm knocking stuff over. All right, speaking of easy little locks, one of your first locks I think you should get, along with the, if you're starting out as a lock picker, grab yourself some Matchlock 141s, grab yourself some Brinks 40mm brass padlocks, and it is good, easy little pick, even for me. I can pick it. I'm terrible at bottom of the keyway, but it's kind of my practice lock for working bottom of the keyway right now. You gotta start with the easy stuff and work your way up. See, I probably didn't just get that. There we go. The nice thing about this lock is every pin you hit, there's 4 pins. Pretty much, you go to the back, you hit 4, 3, 2, 1. Every pin you hit, you'll feel a little bit of movement on the core, so you'll know you set it. It's a great little practice and training lock right here. And then when it comes to raking, with all Brinks that I've noticed, it tends to be kind of a set in the back. You kind of gotta go down you attack the back going down, and then you tend to lean up, lean that way on your way out. There's different ways of doing it. Whether they got the security pins, they put them up front. So that lean out or a rock out after you set is what generally will open these locks for you. That's it just seems to be the Brinks way. I don't know, it's crazy. It works on the, like I said, the 60mm, the Pretty Brinks, the couple others I've had. Oh, I got a few others. So, all right, here's a nice little LL. I don't know what the brand is, but I love the lock. It's pretty. It's one of the locks that Jack Fox provided for Mitt Made. So it's one of the ones we like to show people. Lockpicking and raking and stuff like that with. Let's see if we can get it traditionally. There we go. I can't help but go a little. I like to go a little harder with the resistance and feel the pins. I kind of know what I have to deal with. There we go. Generally get things set, and then it's kind of like I gotta pop the last thing with a lot of stuff. Although that's how you break your rake a lot. Attack the back, baby. I like for all of my raking, well, my basic approach is that there are 4 kinds of keyways I'm attacking. So I'm attacking either a straight, mostly straight across the middle keyway. I might have a high back, a high front, or some jagged shit. So those are kind of the 4 things you're coming at. And they all take a little bit different technique. Within those, there is actually a little more variation in stuff and feel, but in general, those are the 4 keyways you're dealing with. This one tends to be a high back. So I want to go in, pop, and come out more often than not. On my way in, I have to set these front pins correct to be able to hit that back on the pop out. And if I don't set the front on the way in, I miss the back. And it just becomes the way of doing it. And there you go. Whereas this lock has a little more of a, I have to pop a little bit instead of on that last lock, leaning back on the pop. I'd have to set the bottom and pop the top on the way out. Like that. Ooh. That wasn't it. Shit. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. There you go. Once I lean forward at the top, I got it open. Good, dude. If you're opening locks in Spain, get your camera on it. Show us, share us some locks, man. Like, I would like to know what kind of locks you have in Spain. I've seen some and stuff, but that's pretty kick-ass. Oh, yeah. So in lock sport, we have 2 main rules. Don't open locks you don't own, and don't open locks in use. Because at any given time I'm playing with this, I might break this or get it stuck and all that stuff, and all of a sudden this lock is broken and useless, and if it's on your door, you screwed yourself. And you're going to pay some money to a locksmith to get that. If it's a lock you don't own, you're committing a crime. And if you commit the crime of opening a lock with lock picks, that's premeditation. You can add actually 5 years to your sentence. So don't do that shit, is what I recommend. All right, we'll go back at this guy again, talking about where's a pick, or where did I put my stupid? Oh, there. Talking about the way you hit the keyway. This one again is kind of a lean back after you get in there, and these are the same lock. So I got to lean forward a little bit on the way out. This is another lean backer to really pop it right. What that means on the way in, I gotta make sure I set those front pins. If I didn't, if I had too much tension like there. There. Took a little bit of a rock, but it was a little bit of a rock on that bottom side. In all honesty, this is a little bit more of a middle pop. It's either the second or the third pin, so it tends to treat like a bottom pop, but there's times where it's kind of like a top pop. So you kind of really have to be able to feel it when you're doing something like that. It really comes down to a feedback and a feeling. Officially, yellow coast showing. I'm not officially anything. I've picked enough blue belt locks that, I'm blue belt level kind of skill. I've raked up to blue, so it's kind of where I'm at. I haven't touched a purple belt lock yet, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'll give it the old reciprocal, the Sawzall. And maybe it's not gonna work. Oh, I know which lock this is. Again, these crusty laminated locks can frustrate you as a picker or a raker. So it's always good to have another profile handy. Oh, this stupid lock. Come on. This one don't want to play today. Alright, I'll set that one aside. The hell with it. Nick, you're a black belt? That's kick-ass. What locks did you pick for your black belt, man? Hopefully I'll recognize the lock you say. I'm starting to know some of that stuff. I'm looking to grab an Illinois Duo, a Ruko 500 with gins, I think, is the purple level. And I forget what the third purple belt lock I'm looking to grab. Colin, second degree. What locks did you pick for your black belt, man? That's pretty badass. Yeah, 603, man. I decided, I only ever thought I'd get to green belt, so the fact that I got past it just in picking and raking and stuff, like, is amazing to me. But I realized that, like, I got anxiety bad, man, and what I do this for is fun. And when it comes to starting to submitting things for like the 200K club or the higher level belts and things like that, and you got to keep everything in screen and blah 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 and this and that, and there's people who've had issues with having to redo it because they got some little detail wrong. So personally, I'm not actually submitting, but I still do follow the LPU. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. The LPU belt system, including the side quest stuff, CL making and things like that. I'm still going to kind of follow all that. I'm just not really going to submit to be official, but I do support anybody doing it. And the LPU with all this stuff they do, man. Like the Lockpickers United, if you guys don't know what LPU is. Dizzy Picks, what's up, brother, man? How are you doing? This is a Bellwith 50mm padlock, laminated padlock. It's a nice solid little padlock, but it's made in Taiwan, I guess. Decently quick little hit. We'll try the kryptonite. Kryptonite. This lock's weird. Sometimes I can open it, sometimes it frustrates me. So if I can get it popped, I'll be pretty happy. Ah, got a nice little shackle pop too. Especially with the way the plastic rattles against the body when it pops. It's a decent little go. You have the 4-state title of what 4 states? What title? Oh, guard security lock. One of those things they sell you to put on your storage unit to protect all your stuff. Alright. Ooh, I love this. One of my favorite locks. A Tudius, I guess. Elzit padlock. Made in Hungary. Sent to me from DP Locksport. One of my brothers. Oof. Apparently. Oh, come on. Oh, that's bullshit. Alright, I'm going to switch over to a Jimmy lock. Oh, there we go. And then this is another one of those dead shackle things. You got to do the work to open it. Oof. And if you close it, you got to make sure it's in the right place. Joe, yeah, it does feel like that sometimes, man. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, it's open. And either way, you're trying to off, open, or you know what I mean? So there's a lot of correlation. Can't help have that recognized. All right, well, I'll try a cylinder. Why not? If I can find the right turner. I guarantee I'll pop this guy. If I want to. Oh, doesn't want to do it, does it? I just set my elbow down wrong. That shit hurts. All right. 603, what's up, man? Have a good one. Enjoy. Happy Easter. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. If you popped in, popped out, you're hanging out, like that. Ooh, let me grab a drink. Oh. Let's try this. This lock. Screw that guy. I like padlocks more than anything else. Still want to beat all the locks, but I just enjoy working on padlocks. Not enough contact with the pins. I need a higher peak. Hey, let's try picking it. rest keeps getting screwed up. Getting out the jimmy longs. See if I can pick it. Oop. Too much tension. Overset. All right, start over. 10, 10. Ah, there we go. Nice little single pin pick. Got to do what you can to build confidence, you know what I'm saying? $4.19 in Canada. Canada is pretty big. You know what I mean? I don't know if I've actually picked this lock in a while. Pick a few locks. And then, as always happens on my channel, it's about to devolve into handcuffs. The most important thing when you're picking locks is tension. It is something I struggle a lot with. I am heavy with my tension. I bend all my picks, I bend all my tensioners. But I'm learning. I spend a lot of time practicing. I think that's important. You got to get better. All right, well, as always does, we're going to descend into some handcuffs. Being that it's Easter, bust out all the colored ones. There we go. There we go. And if you'll give me a moment, I have to take a piss. Coast man, I ain't no ditty. You don't see no lube on this goddamn channel, my brother. You know that. Don't be slandering Stu. Don't associate me with that craziness. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Alright, Chicago 1000s. Start with a one cuff. Shim escape. Jump in there with my Shackleman cuff club. Handled shim. Put it in place. Make sure it's down as far as it goes before you do anything else. I'm going to put my pinky down here. One in the stink, one in the pink. Because I'm going to squeeze this that way. But while doing it, I have to push this down into place so it gets in between those teeth and the teeth of the paw. Same thing on this side. Get it in place. Put that one in the stink, one in the pink. A little bit of, ooh, it's harder with this hand. I gotta get a little squeeze going. So if I can't get a squeeze, then I push it against something. If you're push against your body is the easiest way. And then you're going to push down while you're holding that. It's going to allow you to get that shim in between those two sets of teeth and open that cuff. Yeah, so let's shim out. I will actually just show you. I'll show you shim practice. So when I want to learn and practice and see if I can use a good shim very well, I'm going to put multiple pairs of cuffs on one hand. And all the bows facing up so I can get to that portion. And I'm just going to go in there. Like I said, you're going to push it down as far as you can. You have to push the bow while you're pushing that. Oops. I need resistance on that backside. There we go. That's in. Pull it out. And just go down the line and do it one after the other. I have resistance on that cuff. Yeah, that's pissing me off. Normally I have an open desk, not on a pile of shit, so you can go faster. So that's practicing shimming. Ooh. Someone retracted their own message. Good job, Alex. Alright, so you practice shimming. And then you do it on both wrists. Practice that way too. And then let me find my pick, which I did not get ready. Alright, fuck it. I'll use this one. I have a broken rake for multi-pick. We're going to use that to try to escape cuffs. There we go. I was going to say, I forget which side hits better. It's the peak or the busted little hook side. So what's hitting it for me is that little peak right there. We're going to do a little proof of concept and throw 3 pairs on. And try to get out of 3 pairs. Because we're here to have fun, right? At the end of the day, just remember Stewed Eating was here. Again, in honor of Easter, we got our pastel paws colored cuffs going on. There we go. I don't know where I put. Oh, there it is. All right, so let's see if we can use that little peak up there to get out of 3 pairs of cuffs. We're going to go into the keyway. I'm going to use that peak over on this side to try to push the pawl down. Like so. I'm going to push that out of the way to give me access to that keyway. So it's a little bit easier and easier to move my wrists around. And as simple as that, we're out of 3 pairs of cuffs as far as one wrist goes. Oop. So let's switch it around. And the other side of the pick works better for this hand for me, so for some reason, just the way the angle works. until I get to that one. Didn't work for shit on that one. Come on. That was a different approach. Well, I now live with this cuff. This is a permanent bracelet. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's embarrassing. Shit. I don't know. If you're watching, hit the like. Come on. Come on! I don't know. I guess that helps me. Hit me with a fucking super chat. What's up? Come on, guys. All super chats go to power some pick buying for vets. And that's about the most I shake that down. Alright, we got to stack some cuffs because I don't have enough people watching apparently. This isn't interesting enough for some bullshit. No, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm wide awake on a Friday night. Why not? Share some lockpicking, some handcuff escapes. If you got any questions, let me know. We got some lockpickers and escape artists in the chat as well. So let's mix up some Peerless in Chicago and stack up a multiple cuff escape. There is 4. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll bust out something for you, Dean. Hold on. And get these on my wrist, or at least on one wrist. Oof. That did not go into place. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cuffs. 6 cuffs. And we will bust into my everyday carry for what is that? This particular card, which has my Stubby Stew ripple handled set. Courtesy of Southern Specialties. So we're going to use Stubby Stew to get out of the handcuffs. Hold on. Alright. Hold on. Alright, so I gotta put these on the other wrist. The best way is to use my thighs to help pinch them and squeeze them into place and get them there real quick. And I can worry about putting them on tighter if I need to. Alright. You hate me so much, Jesse? Why do you hate me? That's unfair. So, we're going to go with the Stubby Stew. See if we can get out of 6 pairs of cuffs without me being too crazy and bending the shit out of the pick. It's one thing, you got to take your time with it, especially if it's not real comfortable. You don't have it hit right. You will bend your implement, which is fine. You can still make it happen on that pick. But you're going to screw your pick up for future use if you go too hard. Which is something I do a lot. Oof. Had that, just totally missed it. Didn't this purple pair already give me a dog? Alright, there we go. So there's 6 off one side. Jesse, why do you hate me? What'd I do to you? And you can see I bent this pick. Put some hard use on it, but I can still make it work. Get in there, feel for the pawl, push the pawl, release the bow. Oof. Practice the most with Peerless, so Peerless is kind of a no-brainer for me. And I'm trying to get to that point with Chicago. I'm getting close. Next up, I can get out of Smith & Wesson, but I only have one pair. I have a second pair on the way. So I'll start stacking up and getting some practice on those. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. You especially when you practice and you practice hard with stuff, you might bend some things up. It's good to have backups. It's good to know what you're bending and breaking. It's good to know what you use for what. So as a lock picker, so you can kind of like gauge what you're gonna need to get ahead on for buying. So all right, yeah, so that was that. That's the stubby stews. Within the set though, I do carry again, I've bent the shit out of these, but I've got a nice little straight pick. Well, it's pointy pokey, but it's technically a long reach. And then I also, in this set, carry notch decoder, which you use that to like decode combination locks. But it works so beautifully as a shim. So I like to keep that around in the set. And then the one non-lockpick tool in there is a wafer jiggler, double-sided, which actually can work on some locks. Like this guy, I think, if I remember correctly, actually make this, maybe not. This isn't a wafer lock, so. Oof. I've done it before. Might not have been with this tool. Well, screw it. Alright. Back in there with that. So, there's your stubby stew set. A few extra. That one, that's another. Actually, specifically designed to be a shim. Nice little tool. Good flex. I actually have to do a little bit of a mod to smooth that down, and then honestly, I won't even have to push the bow down to get that in. That's really nice tool right there. And if we're talking shims, might as well go back to the Shackleman Cuff Club handled shims, which are born from, if I can find it, the shite. Oh, there we go. Which are born from the two-sided shim designed by at Coxey's Picks. You've got the American and European sides. So you have that handle and that handle. And if you get the Shackleman Cuff Club set from Southern Specialties, you get the 2-handled shims, you get some of these 2-sided shims. And they are freaking amazing. Dutch Lockpicker, how you doing? Chris P, how you doing? Yeah, we're kinky. It's late night, it's okay. See there? Get in between. And then, whoo, just a smooth little ride. Show that again. So, you get your shim in that gap as far down as it goes. As soon as we push this down just that little bit, we can slide that bad boy in all the way. And then, voila, we are open. That's how it goes down. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't have fluffy pink ones. I gotta get those. Everybody seems to think I need the fuzzy or fluffy ones. So I do have to add it to the collection. I have added, wha-bam! I do have these. Since I get a lot of, those are dollar store cuffs, I got a pair for reference. And I've been told once you put them on, you pretty much break them. So I'll keep those for decoration. How's everyone doing? What's up? Dutch, what's going on? Just woke up? Dutch Lockpickers, another Lockpicker, Shackleman, Rakist. He's a badass MFer. Alright. Let's go for the 6 cuff escape again, right? I'm going to do a 6 cuff, shim out. Actually can be kind of annoying. So I'm not going to pay attention to which way the keyholes are going because I'm going to use a shim. So it doesn't matter if I can get to the keyhole or not. Here's our Easter egg cuff set. Nice and colorful. Wha-bam. There we go. And we're going to grab our handled shim. As I said, we're going to get it in place. We're going to put one in the pink, one in the stink. Actually, we're going to put 2 in the pink. Because I need one to hold and help push and one to push fully. And then I've got that cuff open. I'm going to do that again on this one. Or we're going to try. Oh, there we go. There's 2. 3. 4. I tell you, these Chicagos are harder to push in. Oh, there we go. Now I want to hold the shim as I'm pulling that out because it will pull out with the bow. I don't want to have to do it 4 times. I want it to work that one time. So, see how it got pulled out? Yeah, Elizabeth, hit me out, man. If you get stuck, I'll get you out. I am definitely here to help. All right. So we're left with an array of cuffs on the wrist. We're going to practice shimming out here at this point. That's all this is practice. I'm free. If I need to run or get away, I'm away. So we push down on the bow while we're holding the shim. And we have to kind of push both at the same time because when this pushes the the pawl pushes it down that little bit, that's the best time to get this in between the two. It has to be really thin and perfect to slide in there without application of pressure on the bow. But you see there, we get them both pushed, it's in. Oh, I almost bent my shim, but see how quick and easy that can be. You escape with only your mind. I've seen you do it. It's true. Dutch is pretty impressive. You guys got to pay attention to him. Check him out. D&P, Dutch Lockpicker. Let me look back who's in here. Any of my other guys? Matt's Locks, if he's still in here. Some of our fellow lockpickers, good people to follow. They teach you a lot about locks. A lot of these guys are learning about handcuffs with me. The Shackleman Handcuff Club, or Shackleman Cuff Club. Search the hashtag. We got a lot of good stuff going on. In fact, currently, we'll go ahead and go into it. So currently, with the Shackleman Cuff Club, we're doing a series of challenges with the Peerless 700Cs. We're on challenge 3, which is Dang It Bobby. You have to use a bobby pin to escape from the cuffs. Now it's a regular bobby pin. This is an oversized bobby pin, which is actually an amazing tool for handcuff escapes. So I highly recommend this, but we'll see if we can get out with it. I have the little nub still on the bottom there. You can get that in to the front part of that keyway, depending on how thick that little nub is. Once you get it past, move the flat part around into position, like so, and then hit the pawl and release your cuffs. Now we'll go ahead and put them back on, and I will show you the oversized tool. Now again, I really like this tool. You can adjust one side really well to hit the double lock. Leave the other side nice and flat. And you can get in, supposedly, get in and do a nice straight, pointy, pokey attack on your cuffs. Just like that. I'll show you. Let's set the double lock on this bad boy. There's the double lock set. Get in here, and I haven't bent this much. I normally have it more bent. Where's my bent one? To attack a double lock, well, let's see if I can get in there on this. Oh, yep. We have popped that double lock. You can tell because we can now move that. So we'll get in there. And pick the cuff after we've popped the double lock. Let's do it again. There's the double lock pin. We're setting it. Use a little bit of bend. Allows me to get into the middle of the keyway slightly more to hit the double lock. I like to switch over to my straighter end to pick the cuff. There you go. Where do you hide something like that to get out of cuffs? Well, when we do it, we're learning to do it with bobby pins, paper clips, safety pins. We have, where's my shim? Ways to, I don't know where the shim went. Ways to hide. Shit. I don't know. Ways to hide shims. We have, damn. There's secret keys, hidey keys that are plastic and things like that. I wish I had my little bracelet available. I don't know where the hell I put it. So there's a lot of ways, and then you learn to kind of like anything you get a hold of. You know, that's found item picking, found item shimming is part of the process. So if you search the hashtag Shackleman, you will find a lot of escape artists, and we're all kind of showing everything we discover for how to get out of all these things. So I highly recommend that. Let me go ahead and I might as well. If I did 6 before, let's do a 9 cuff escape, right? We're gonna pick them, so I gotta make sure my holes are up on the side that I can get to. You wanna put all your cuffs on one wrist first. It's way easier that way. Yeah, you can hide shims, picks in your hats and your belt and your socks and your shoes. It just gets crazy. Once you start getting into it and you start figuring out what you can use and all the ways you can hide it, it is kind of crazy. I'm kind of afraid to get arrested because I'll forget that I have some, pick or key or something hidden on my body, and they're gonna get all mad at me. What's up, Mats? How you doing, brother? I'm gonna go 9 cuffs. Oh. It's always crazy to me when I put them together on my wrist and 8 out of 9 click, but one doesn't manage, in the middle doesn't click. I don't know how I can possibly miss that. All right, the bad thing is I don't have the tool I want available. So, oh, there we go. All right. Let's do... I need something for my arm to rest on because my elbow is screwed up. All right. So, I like to point out, when I'm picking locks, or normally just picking one pair of cuffs, kind of have the picking hold on this. When I'm working on multiple cuffs on my wrists, this is my hold for the pick. This allows me to get to this, but as I go down on more of them, it allows me to adjust and actually get to the different keyholes. Whereas this, I would run out of room and ability to adjust much faster. So that is an adjustment thing I had to kind of figure out as I was doing this. It's one of those tips definitely want to share with my fellow shacklemen. Chicago. And onto that last pair, I really gotta crank my wrist and reach down over the top of 9 pairs of cuffs to get to 1 pair of cuff. If it was really a problem, I could switch hands, remove a couple pairs of cuffs, give myself some room, or I can grab these cuffs and pull them up the wrist and get them a little closer. But I tend to go with what's the least fix when I'm doing that. I'll move them up the wrist if I have to. I try to make it work without doing that. Again, it's a mix of Peerless and Chicago. So I got horizontal and vertical keyways randomly stuck in there. There's a different hit on each keyway. Yeah, it does take work with the left hand, Dean. Or Matt, sorry. I saw Dean's name as I was saying that. It takes a lot of work, definitely. Oh, Elizabeth, no, we've thought of that. Trust me. But the thing is even with a remote or a computer chip, the locking mechanism will always be mechanical. So there's always going to be a way to bypass or beat the mechanical mechanism. And that's what we're about. And if you see one, send me one, because I want a shot at getting out of it. All right, well, it's been a fun night. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. We did some raking, did some cuffs. We did, I don't know, I picked like 1 or 2 locks, so that counts. I'm going to be here tomorrow night. Come back by, check it out. Yep, everything can be dealt with. So I appreciate it. Thank you all for stopping by. This is Stu 2 Locks, the great Stu Dini, signing off.